What's up, guys? Boondocks here. Today I'm going to be bringing a pretty much standard build when it comes to Gunzerkers. Now, one of the issues I have about Gunzerkers is with the current number of skill points you get because of the level cap and how weak the brawler tree is, there's really only one build that you can go with variations on it depending on how you feel like. But the standard, as far as weapons go, is dual wield with double penetrating herald in one hand, and then in the other hand you have some sort of moxie weapon. I choose a grog nozzle because it has the most healing, and really that's all you have to do. Spam your unkept herald all day and it keeps you alive. Then I carry a conference call for killing those friggin' surveyors or buzzards or whatever the hell's flying around me that pain in the ass to hit, and then a Norfleet just to get back up. The same reason you always carry it. Have my antagonist here. Again, I'm using antagonist. This one actually has a ridiculous amount of damage reduction at the cost of shield capacity. I'm actually feeling like I want to try to move that one around to some of my other characters, but that damage reduction is just awesome on him, especially since you're going to be without a shield and just constantly trying to heal yourself up for so much all the time. It's very powerful. Homing Stormfront, just to give you that healing all the time as well. The grog nozzle actually has a really high slag chance at 50.4. The only issue with it being that it makes you quote-unquote drunk, so it's hard to aim around. I'm using the Gunzerker class mod because you use everything in it, plus the cooldown rate is just amazing. Then I have the Sheriff's Badge because I'm using pistols, so increased fire rate, increased damage, increased... holy crap. So then we move on over to the skills. I'll start over with Gunlust. So locked and loaded gives you that fire rate increase again after reloading. And then you have I'm Your Huckleberry, which is a weird friggin' name. If anyone wants to message me and let me know what the hell that comes from, because most of his are quotes from different movies, I'm all for it. But increased pistol damage, increased pistol reload speed, and again, double penetrating unkept herald, grog nozzle, both pistols. Divergent likeness, because I'm going to be using two pistols at the same time, and they're the same thing, that increases your damage by 30%. They're different weapons. Like if I was using a Moxie's Bad Touch with a double penetrating unkept herald, I'd have accuracy increase. I'd much prefer the damage. Autoloader, for 1 point, it's helpful, but not as important. There's fewer chances that this actually comes into effect, just because I'm almost always going to be using the double penetrating herald. But if I need to switch back and forth between, say, my conference call, it can help. Money Shot is devastating. If you've watched my Pimp Cream video, you can see how you can actually use Money Shot to pretty much break the system. And there's other builds that I'm going to show using Money Shot and other abilities to gain ridiculous numbers of Money Shots. But last round in a clip deals bonus 400% damage. That is ridiculous when it comes to the double penetrating herald. One thing you need to know, though, is that rocket launchers do not benefit from Money Shot, so don't try to dual wield Norfleets and then expect it to work. Lay waste, kill skill, increase your fire rate. That's the main thing, because you're going to be really hard to crit when you can't zoom, because I'm going to be in Gunzerking almost 24/7. Down, not out. In case you do get downed, this helps you get up. It really does. If you can have a double penetrating herald in one hand and a Norfleet in the other, then you're going to get back up. Keep it piping hot. It's just a good place to put the points, since chances are, just in case you don't get your cooldown again, but by the time you get out of it, say you have to run from one group of enemies to another, you might fall out of Gunzerking, and just as you get to that second group of enemies, it might have, say, 5 to 10 seconds left before it's off cooldown. Well, you want this little bit of extra damage right here. Or you can throw out grenades, and that'll help you get it up a little bit quicker. No kill like overkill. Since you're going to be using the double penetrating herald, if you shoot an enemy that has a sliver of health left, you're going to have a massive amount of overkill. So now that's going to get added on to the next one. So if you can imagine killing someone right before your money shot, next thing you know, you're having a 400% increase with the overkill as well. It can do devastating damage. Inconceivable. Shots have a chance not to consume ammo. This is cool, but with how much reload speed you have, it's not totally important. The main reason it's nice is because you're going to be firing so fast, you're not going to be burning through your ammo quite as much as usual. You then have full to the brim, just increases the magazine size. That's the real important part, just so that way you can keep firing before you have to reload. As far as the carrying capacity, I've stated it before in a lot of my games. I used Gibbed, and I won't lie, I've boosted up all my carrying capacities anyway, so that doesn't really affect me. I have over 5,000 rounds that I carry, I believe, for my pistols, but I take it for the magazine size, and if you don't use Gibbed, then I highly recommend the extra carrying capacity is just as nice. All in the reflexes, again, with the increased reload speed, because you're going to be emptying very fast. Increase your Gunzerking duration with last longer. There are skills in here that would normally be very nice, such as the I'm ready already, to make sure that you're in Gunzerking even more often. Reduce recoil with both guns while Gunzerking, and yes, that could be very helpful, but you're mostly just going to spray and pray most of the time anyway. So there you go. Accuracy through volume. Don't really worry about it. 5 shots or 6. I'm actually going to show another build that was taught to me by one of my friends on here, Ninja, MLG Ninja, and I'm going to work around using 5 shots or 6 to pretty much have infinite, or as close to infinite or money shots as possible. And just going to play around with it, see how it works out. Yippee-ki-yay. Gunzerking duration per kill, plus 6 seconds. This is where it all comes from. Whenever you're getting kills, you're staying in Gunzerking longer. And after the normal amount of time of Gunzerking is expired, it's going to actually start ticking down again. And with Yippee-ki-yay, you can actually stay in Gunzerking indefinitely, wait for it to come off cooldown again, so that way as soon as you do run out of enemies, or don't get enough kills for a certain amount of time, you'll be able to hop right back into it. Double your fun. Throw 2 grenades while Gunzerking. This is actually a very powerful skill. If you throw out 1 homing Stormfront, which drops shields pretty quick, well, imagine if there's 2 out there, and the second one doesn't cost you anything. So you can constantly have those grenades going. Plus with the grog nozzle, it'll give you the constant heals. Get some. Shooting an enemy reduces your cooldown Gunzerking by 3 seconds. Can't happen more often than every 3 seconds. So it's a good trade-off, though, especially since you're going to be shooting almost constantly. So every time those 3 seconds are up, you're going to be able to get another reduction. Keep firing. Fire rate up to 80%. Damn. That's the longer you hold down the trigger. And I'll let you know, I never release the trigger pretty much once I start Gunzerking. If there's enemies in front of me, I'm just going to keep firing. Against raid bosses, I just hope they're dumb enough to get in front of me. So that leaves us with a couple little throwaway points. You can move them around through here if you really want. I definitely don't recommend these guys. The gun damage, you're not going to really be swapping all that much. Also, increase weapon swap speed. Again, we're not going to be swapping. You're going to stick with those 2 guns. So, really what I like to do, since you already got the +5 over here, is put at least 1 point into insight, because you're going to be attracting a lot of attention. You will be taking damage, and this just lets you move around. Plus, you get increased reload speed. Just look at all the reload speed in this build. It's ridiculous. So that's going to let you just fire for days. Let's go put it into practice. I'm sure it's not going to be come as a shock to anybody that this build works this way. But it's pretty common. So let's see. How's it going, gentlemen? And instantly tear through enemies like it's nothing. If you watch my Zero build, where I'm also using a double penetrating herald, you play him as this hit and run type character where you get in close with your double penetrating herald and burst him down. With the Gunzerker, you just can stand there and take shots like a champ, because who really gives a damn? I mean, look, this enemy just punches me, and with 49% reduction, it was like he sneezed at me. He doesn't seem to count worth anything. So, just point, click, blow them up, point, click, blow them up. It can actually get boring, and that's one of my main issues that I have with the Gunzerker, is I find him, in all extremes, boring, because I do the same thing. I don't even change weapons. It's just point, click, enemies die. And they die hella fast, like ridiculously fast. So, yes, it's powerful, that is for sure, but it all comes down to personal preference. I do enjoy playing him with certain groups, but normally I would go for a Siren, who brings some team-esque supporting abilities to the group, or Zero for the in and out, Gage for the watching the counters. But for me, this is just too straightforward and simple. I don't feel special, I just feel powerful. And if you want to feel that way, then go for it. Gunzerker is fun if you want to feel just devastatingly powerful. But I mean, look, I'm popping off 12 million damage hits. And if you remember in Zero, I'd get lucky. If I timed out everything, I would get lucky and get a 10 million damage hit. I have to just hold down the triggers and I'll get 12 on this guy. So it's a little bit unbalanced, but it's a whole lot of fun. And just from getting all those kills, if you look, I never came out of Gunzerking. My Gunzerking is only halfway done, not even halfway gone. And it's up and available as soon as I need it once again. So yes, it's a little bit of an overpowered build. It could be kind of fun, but it can also get a little bit boring. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you guys next time. Good luck. Have fun. Peace.